And now we have come to our main event, right? The one and only Giovanna Torres. Let me just read a few nuggets about her, and then we'll bring her up to the stage. So Giovanna Torres is the founder and executive director of Cine Casual, a media arts organization advancing Latin American cinema as a tool for cultural connection, civic dialogue, and community building. Since founding the organization in 2020, Giovanna has developed year-round bilingual programming that includes curated screenings, public conversations, educational initiatives, professional development for artists, and the Charlotte Latino Film Festival, now entering its 3rd edition. Her practice centers on expanding access to the arts and bringing film beyond traditional venues and into neighborhoods through initiatives such as Cine en los Barrios, a free, family-friendly outdoor screening series. Giovanna is an arts leader who has played a key role in advancing Hispanic inclusion in Charlotte arts ecosystem, supporting Latinx artists, expanding culturally responsive programming, and strengthening pathways for community participation. And I can tell you that over the years of getting to know her, one of the things that's become very, very clear is that she loves to collaborate. She loves to collaborate. She's sort of like just a passionate yes for any really great project. And so we love that. She seizes opportunities to collaborate, and we love that about her. We're really lucky to have gotten to know her passion, her commitment, and also really her sort of infectious spirit that lights up a room when she steps in. I mean, if you know her, she just has that. She emits this really wonderful spirit. So, Daybreak Legends, here to share her perspective on our global theme of local. Please welcome a woman we are all lucky to call local, Giovanna Torres, everyone. Come on up.
Thank you. Let me grab my clicker real quick. Thank you. I really feel like I need to pee now. After I'm gonna try to hold it. This won't take too long. I really do. Don't laugh. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Gracias por estar aquí. Bienvenidos. It feels so good to be at IPH, a place that feels like a home away from home for me. I've lived most of my professional and personal, like the best experiences for me in this room, actually. So I'm glad that you're here. But that wasn't always the case. When I moved to Charlotte in 2015, I didn't feel really welcomed in Charlotte. Let me see which way? Thank you. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Thank you. Surrounded by so much love. A lot of these pictures were taken at my grandparents' house, my favorite place in the whole world. And surrounded by a lot of love, delicious food, amazing weather. And I had no intention of leaving the island. Until in high school, my English teacher actually suggested that I apply to colleges in the US. And I got accepted to UConn one day, straight into the School of Business. And we were all ecstatic, my family and I. And freshman year was tough. I encountered my first math class in English, and my GPA dropped. So I go one fall, it's a sophomore year, I go into my routine checkup with my college advisor, and she politely suggested I return to Puerto Rico because I didn't have what it takes to succeed there. Next slide, please. I seriously considered going back to Puerto Rico. Called my mom, we had a long conversation. But during that freshman year, I had found a family away from home in the dining hall workers and the custodians. So these pictures are really special to me. I haven't seen them in a while because I get really emotional. These dining hall workers and custodians used to save me a plate of food whenever I got out of class late. And every October for my birthday, they would pitch in money to buy me a birthday cake, and we would gather in the break room. And they would also prepared Puerto Rican food for me. For those of you in the room, Puertorriqueños, Latinos, that's arroz con gandules, bistec encebollado, our traditional food. Next slide, please. And every single year, it was the same thing. Throughout the year, not just for my birthday. I was able to graduate in time, 4 years. And thank you. And they even threw me the best surprise graduation party in the break room. Next slide, please. So I had never felt so cared for by people outside of my own family. And I feel like what I'm doing today is in part thanks to them, what they instilled in me, aside from my family, obviously. And I felt home. I felt home in Connecticut. But I couldn't get used to the Connecticut winters. So even though I had this amazing support system, right? And it's funny because my second last name is Nieves, which means snow. So I decided, along with my boyfriend, now husband, Alex, a lot of you know him. He was there through it all as well. We decided to move down south. And I got a job offer in Charlotte, which back then I used to call, without knowing, Charlotte. I used to tell everyone, I'm moving to Charlotte. And I remember flying down here for my job interview. It was a 2-day trip. And I got them to pay for a U-Haul truck. So when I went back to Connecticut, I told Alex, like, let's pack everything, and we drove down. It was like a 14-hour trip that day. And next slide, please. Unfortunately, I didn't feel as connected to the community here when I moved here. It was hard. And I started writing about Latin American film. The few movies, Latin American films that I could find online back then, this was 2015, provided a sense of comfort for me. And I thought, if a movie could help me feel at home, could it do the same for others, potentially? So I called that blog Cine Casual. That blog grew into a film series, and most recently turned into the Charlotte Latino Film Festival. Thank you. But most importantly, it turned into a community. It became a community. You'll see here, this was our very first film screening, January 11, 2020, at Camp North End. And there is quite a few people in this room who were there with me. That's community. This picture right here to your right, this is this same room, opening night for our film festival last year, and you can see the growth. And it's been an incredible journey. I once had a person come up to me and say that the first time she truly felt welcome in Charlotte was at the film festival. So we've been doing the work ever since. I realized back then that this wasn't just about film. It was about creating space. It was about letting others know that our stories also belong here. So in 2023, we started working on our newest initiative, Cine en los Barrios, which you briefly heard earlier. Free, family-friendly outdoor movie screenings in predominantly immigrant and Latino neighborhoods. We launched in 2024, late 2024, and our first full series was supposed to take place last summer. And I don't want to get into it because we all know what happened back in November when Border Patrol came. But in reality, ICE activity have been taking place in Charlotte since earlier in 2025. So as we're getting ready to start Cine en los Barrios, I seriously considered canceling the series or pushing it back a year. I didn't want to put anyone at risk. And I called some community leaders and some friends who are doing the work on the ground, and asked them what I should do. And they all said the same thing. They said that people have been hiding for weeks and that they needed this more than ever. So we moved forward with it differently. Unlike with the film festival, we didn't promote widely. It was a very grassroots effort. And yeah, we went to schools, apartment complexes, trailer parks, and we brought the films, yes, but we also brought resources. So we brought Know Your Rights cards, information about upcoming power of attorney workshops, and simply connections to support networks. Each event felt less like an actual event, just plain movie screening, and more like a family gathering. And folks were hesitant to come out at the beginning, but they did. They came through, and it was very special. Our volunteers weren't just greeting folks as they came in, they were also watching out for any ICE presence. Instead of candy, we had tamales and champurrado. The movies were in the language that they try to make us feel ashamed of. And there weren't fancy chairs. Families brought stools from their kitchen tables. And the moments like that is when I'm able to confirm what I've known all along, that the arts are not a luxury. And for immigrant communities in particular, they provide that much needed sense of belonging. So I'll just show you a clip real quick of what Cine en los Barrios was like. Thank you. So first off, what did you think about the video? always like to get feedback. Our last film screening for Cine en los Barrios took place in October. The fall had arrived, the nights were getting colder. And the week after, as we're packing up our equipment, I received a text message from the leasing officer at that last apartment complex. I got some really great feedback from a couple of families about the movie night. The message read, "No llores, okay? Don't cry." They're struggling. 3 members of their families have been picked up by ICE. Spending that time at the movie helped them forget their sadness for a bit. They hadn't spent a good moment together in weeks since the incident. They asked if there would be a movie next year. Since then, 10 families are no longer there. Some were taken away, others self-deported, and some simply couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore. And I promise Gina will be back this year. Nothing is more local than choosing to stay somewhere and contributing to the place you now call home. I'm really lucky that I found amazing people along the way who've supported me 200%. And thanks to them, now I'm able to pay it forward. Community happens when we choose each other. And I just want to leave you with the question of, who are you showing up for? And how are you making Charlotte feel like home for those around you? Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. Give it up, y'all.